You know, when they make a forum post like this called Path and Nerfs, they say something so fucking just edge-tastic out the gate. As developers, we're not afraid to nerf game elements. You know, we're not afraid. They're too powerful. They're harming the game. They had a little development manifesto aptly named Path of Nerfs. Just again, real edgy, showing the things they're going to nerf and why. The big things are Acuity's getting nerfed, not a surprise considering the main nerf, and that's nerfing Valpak and how it changes. Basically, Valpak cannons leech, fine, no big deal. So they nerfed Acuities, and since Valpak now gives you a massive leech percentage, they're nerfing Slayer into the ground. Slayer basically now is going to be what Slayer will be in 3.1, but you have no life regen, so it's just worse. Just not good. No reason to really run it. Mom's going to get nerfed, big way. Voln just got swapped with two other Chaos dot things. Dark Pack got shit on damage-wise, but again, doesn't matter because nerf Valpak, so Dark Pack's dead. Barrage goes from 2 projectiles to 1 projectile, makes 0 difference for the build. If you think it does, you haven't played Barrage, I guess, because going from 5 mil damage to 4.5 mil damage makes no difference. Same thing with Doomflesh. Doomflesh nerf, they lost 30% damage. Doesn't matter. They had more than enough as is. Queen of the Forest it's just garbage now. And Rise of the Phoenix, I don't even know where that even came from, but I guess Rise is dead and Sapphiles is the new Rise. Then they nerfed experience rates to make it so it's harder to get to 100 from 95, but because Abyss League is going to be very similar to Breach in concept, there's a rate of experience gain that's going to potentially overcome that gap or at least ease the pain. No problem there. Getting 100 should be hard and shouldn't be done in a week. Then a day goes by and the actual patch notes come out. Of the patch notes, there isn't a lot because they showed pretty much everything that mattered in the next thing. So what people and myself were assuming is some big nerfs to some insanely powerful things. Stacking supports, Kinetic Blast, War Chief, Glacial Cascade given the new jewel coming out. These were some of the things I'm talking about. None of them were nerfed at all. What the fuck? Matter of fact, from this patch notes, the only things that were surprising weren't things that made sense. They destroyed that Golemancer tactic, so you can't do minion damage when you're dead, so you can't just die at Shaper and have your golems kill things. They somehow gave SRS 15% more damage. I don't know why. And they just dicked Cyclone. Like, why? They made it so Ruthless doesn't work, and that's not even a nerf that makes sense. You know why they did it? It's because they were having coding issues figuring out how Cyclone mechanically works with Ruthless. That's just a lazy thing. They couldn't figure it out, so they ran out of time, so they just removed it. So basically, if you're playing Cyclone and you lost Ruthless, lost about 15% damage, you're putting added fire again. EQ Reeve got a minor AoE buff, makes no difference. Foul Power Siphon got a major AoE nerf, which looks great on paper, but again, makes no difference for the build. Why? Anyone who's played VPS in a high octane setting with supports running around knows that you run Chain, you run Fork, so it doesn't matter. Your shit's off-screening 4 screens away anyway. Doesn't make a difference if it's going from 120 to 70. Cuties, guess what? They're going Legacy. This means nothing for the game, but they'll probably be about 150x on the top end, I'm saying in standard, because most builds didn't run Acuities anyway. Like Lycosidae, Biscos, 2 extremely strong uniques, have now been upped to a tier, probably tier 4 before, now they're like tier 2. Not a big deal, you just gotta pay more for them, but guess what, you're gonna use them anyway. People saying this nerfs Biscos, not at all. Any ability who's gonna get a Biscos is still gonna get one. Baron got dicked hard, but it didn't really matter because you could easily get 100. A lot of SRS players did. You just run a Bone Helmet plus 2 minions, socketing your Spectres there. There goes your Wickerman. Bing, bang, boom. No problem. Removed all Reflect mods from the game and now appear as Nemesis mods, and they have some weird mortar thing. This was known with the Reflect change. Still get Reflect on map, so if you can't do Reflect, just re-roll it. This is such a weird fucking nerf, but the Roa map bosses now gain a third of life when you break an egg. So you can't anymore get them to 11% break all 3 eggs then call them. You have to do them hard mode, so just no one's gonna do that. So there's that. They just nerfed the mana and Mom just a few pretty hard, but not a big deal. Then they just gutted Valpak to where no one really is gonna run it, and they shit on all the leech rate stuff. Again, no one's gonna get that. It's nice that they made shield nodes instead of melee fizz, just fizz attack, so if you're playing an LA build, that's good for you. The only ascendancy change in the entire 3.1 patch is just shitting on Slayer's max life leech rate. Really? They apparently fixed a problem. That was Dark Shrine was lagging people out, so if you're having issues with Dark Shrines and lag in lab, maybe it's all problem solved. Although, if you have someone running lab with you and they kill a Zaro, all the particles still load in as you walk in and crash you, so that wasn't fixed. Zona League mods. What a shit show. Breach, still level 8, 6 Chaos, 2 Breaches, no one's going to do it. All these things, the only one everyone's going to do, Domination. 4 Chaos Orbs, 3 Shrines. Great value. The new and spicy one, 4 True Favors the Brave, 3 Chaos Orbs, and it gives you a random Zona mod, even if you haven't had unlocked yet. So for 3C you could potentially get Breach, you could potentially get Essence, but guess what? You don't want that, because you just want to save 1 Chaos, and then you could do Domination for 4 Chaos, which is what anyone's going to do who's pushing any sort of ladder or maps or levels, period. So what the fuck? This is a pretty nice quality of life. You no longer have to have the Fated Unique equipped. You could just have it in your inventory when upgrading Fated Uniques. So that's just nice. Look at this shit ton of bug fixes. Oh my god. Fix your goddamn game. Not even 2 hours later, they already have to defend themselves on this patch because people are bitching on Reddit. First off, you can't say you're not afraid of making changes. Then a couple hours later, go, we're sorry we didn't nerf enough, we're sorry we didn't, but no, just stand by your patch notes. You don't have to whimper to everyone. If you're saying they're not whimpering, the fact that they have to make this post and quickly address specific feedback, they shouldn't have to. It's their game, their company. Game is free, no bitching. Especially just saying it was a time issue. I don't think anyone in this game who seriously plays Path wouldn't give a shit if they just took off 3 months and looked at aspects of the game that already need changing, already need updating. We wouldn't care. We want, uniques to have 3D art. We want balance changes. We want more prophecies, more val skills. We want things looked at. Especially don't shit on your own patch notes saying they're generally underwhelming. It's fine. It's patch notes for a patch that we're just more excited for the league than anything. So defend your game a little bit more. Focus on the game, not so much what people have to say, and it'll all hopefully fall into place. This is your patch notes 3.1 overview. I'm Matt Lighty, and have a good day.